Just testing this out. Hi, Sue. I'm just trying to figure this out. I think I figured out how to go live. Waiting to see if anybody else sees that I've gone live. Oh. Trying to see what... Hi, Melinda. Yeah, it's beautiful here. Got fluffy white clouds and blue skies. So I'm waiting to see if anybody else. Yeah, here you guys still have the dregs of that hurricane hovering over you. Hi, Mom. I'm experimenting to see if I could figure out how to go live. It's taken me a while to figure this one out. I'm still looking to see what all these little icon things are, but anyways, I've just been enjoying the day out here. Okay, thank you. Here, let's see if I can flip this around. Okay, there we go. I'm getting my laundry hung up. Got another load I'm waiting to finish. Just let's see what all we got going here. Can even walk around. Yes, I am. I have been having nervous attacks about going live for the last year, and I should have done it a long time ago. I've just been very nervous about doing the whole thing. And yeah, here's my garden after getting things cleaned up. Got pretty little marigolds. My zucchini still thinks it wants to produce a little more, so got a baby zucchini down there. This one's got a little yellow one down there. I got a green one there, so they're not done for yet, but they've been having little struggles. So this is a live view of my garden. Yeah, I like that little flower pot I got there. It did pretty good. I'm half-minded to just bring it in the house for the winter time and make it a house plant. Peas are still putting on plenty of fresh peas. Yeah. And I did cut my tomatoes back so that they would ripen faster. Must be working because these were a little yellow yesterday and now they're ready to pick today. Oh, thank you, Melinda. Yeah, I had to go and hide because they didn't reseed themselves. I covered up all the seeds with fresh soil. Oops, it's getting windy. Find this tree here. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, walk over here. If you don't mind the wind, take a look at the pumpkin patch. Getting some really good size pumpkins in here. The wind has kind of beat back the vines enough now that I can see more of what's in here. Woo. Yeah, it gets almost as well. I'm sure it gets as windy here as it does in Oklahoma. This is most of what you see in the pumpkin patch with the damaged vines is that's all wind damage. That's just the winds ripping through the middle of the pumpkin patch. It's a little windy. I'm on the other side of the garage. Being where the wind's blocked a little bit. Okay, yeah. We got some good sized pumpkins out here. There's another big one. I think my grandkids are going to be happy with it. Yeah. I think they'll be happy with them. Yeah, we've just been getting a few wind gusts coming up. And then the winds die down, and then they gust up again. Oh, just lost another peach on the ground. I gotta get out there and get some picked. They're actually ripe enough. They are now blowing off the leaves. Oh, 2 more peaches. Gotta get my apples picked too. They're ripe enough. We've had enough cold temperatures now. Honeycrisp apples are best picked after cold temps. Oh boy. Sorry about the wind, folks. This one, big one here, is a Cherokee bush. But yeah, this right through the middle of the pumpkin patch. The other day we had real bad windstorm and it just, I think I got a microburst of wind that came right down through here and literally busted all the vines. It just looked like one straight line. But yeah, they're looking good. Some of my Cherokee bush are looking more like footballs. They're long. I'm sure the grandkids will have fun with those. Really, they're just kind of long looking. But yeah, you see now we've got quite a few, quite more than what I thought I had. But yeah, it was my white pumpkins. The vines for my white pumpkins, they really took a beating. So, from the wind. And, but I got a few. I don't think that one's going to make it. It's too young and immature. That one's doing pretty good. And some of these luminas are doing okay. But yeah, I think we're going to have a good crop again. I usually do get anywhere from 40 to 60 pumpkins harvested every year. And I usually lose about a half a dozen to rodents every year. So got a young one there. This one I need to pick. It's already become detached. Oh yeah, even ants are getting in there. It grew, yep, this one's already a goner. It's rotting out on the inside. I'll probably just leave that one for the rodents. Yep, that one's a goner. It grew too close to the other big one and literally popped itself off. Oh, that's too bad. I hate it when I lose a nice sized one. There's another one. They'll be ripe by next month. Got a nice one here. Oh, I gotta get my finger out of my... There. Ah. I got 2 juicy peaches. Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to make you. I've got 10 grandchildren, and I'm just gonna put these in my pocket of my chair and hope I don't forget them. I got 10 grandchildren and 8 step-grandchildren. So that's a lot of grandkids. Oh boy. Yeah, got my strawberry pots here. I moved them from the raised beds. They'll be a little less neglected here. I keep thinking the sprinkler for the raised beds is going to be enough to water them, but they keep getting dehydrated. Very big family. I'm the oldest of 12. I got 11 younger siblings. And then, yeah, I had 3 children and 5 stepchildren. So, gotta get my potted trees all planted. They still haven't gotten planted. I bought them last spring, then I broke my wrist, and then decided it'd be best just to plant these in the fall. Now it's fall, so I gotta get them planted. I've got a sister who says her and her husband are going to come up next week and help Mom and I with some stuff, and I'm hoping they'll help me dig holes and plant my trees. I still haven't figured out where to put them. I got 1 week to figure out where I'm going to put them, where I'm going to build my orchard. These got a little water in them. They were out by the raised beds and the sprinklers kept water, so I've got them out here to dry out before I put them away in the garage. Oh boy. I was hoping for a little less windy day. You're welcome, Melinda. I figured you know what to do with it. I need somebody because when I'm going vertical like this, it pushes it out on the short stream. So anybody and everyone can actually view it. Anybody who's scrolling through shorts, it'll pop up in their feed. It can get me new subscribers, but at the same time, you never know who's gonna pop in and try to make some weird remarks. And the font, well, I should say the chat at the bottom of the screen is very, very tiny to see. Yeah, thank you. And so I'm having a hard I have to really squint to see who is there and who isn't. But yeah, having moderated for other channels, I know that it's really handy when you have somebody who's just basically doing the live stream and can't really see the chat too well. It's handy to have somebody on Troll Patrol. So, I bet the winds are going to die down now that I've ducked behind the house. Yeah, my weedy front flower bed. I haven't had flowers in here for 15 years because I had a little dog out here. This was her tie-out area, and she just couldn't plant flowers there. Now, she's passed away and last year, and this year I've been trying to get it cleared up, cleaned up. So hopefully next year I can get flowers growing in here again. I used to plant flowers. I used to have the calendula. It would reseed itself every year, and I had would plant all kinds of little annuals. It used to be real pretty. I'm going to make it pretty again. Haven't gotten to much weeding. I got to get this front flower bed weeded. Got a couple of my hollyhocks are still trying to finish up their blooming. Almost done for the year. Look at those pretty, pretty flowers. Yeah, I moderate for, let's see, the Eldridge Fam and Fowler Family Farm. But neither one of them go live very often anymore. Those Eldridge, that young couple, they've decided to start doing daily videos. Make a video of whatever they're doing every single day. They've managed to do that for 101 days straight now. You know, basically their daily life with them and their 3 little boys. And the Fowlers, Mike Fowler doesn't go live very often. Him and Tanya, they don't go live very often. They're pretty busy and they got 3 channels, but every now and then they will, and I'll just pop in and watch for trolls. First snow, that just depends. I mean, we've had snow as early as September, and first snowfall, it can be anywhere from mid-September to the end of November. Just depends on the year. Some years it's a little warmer, and the fall is warmer, our growing season is a tad bit warmer, and things just, next thing you know, you got 6 inches of snow on the ground. We do prefer it later than earlier. The last time we had an early snowfall was several years ago. We got 6 inches of wet snow October 4th. It literally broke branches on trees and everything all across the valley. My mom said she was outside early in the morning with a broom trying to brush snow off her lilacs and her trees, and she could hear branches snapping and popping all through the neighborhood. 6 inches of wet snow on fully leafed trees that haven't lost their leaves yet. That did a lot of damage. But then it warmed right up and didn't snow again until the first part of November, so. Hopefully this year it's supposed to be a little warmer this year, from what I've seen of weather forecast. So we might not actually get any snow until the first part of November, middle of November. We might get a little, it's iffy. We've already had a couple of light frosts, especially me out here. I mean, it's like 40 degrees in town and 32 out here, so. But then I have all these big wide open fields, and gets a little colder here. My mom's place stays a little warmer. Her house is nestled right down in town in an old neighborhood, tons of big trees all around, and so things are not as I've noticed. I've got a sister who lives in Magnolia, and I remember a couple years ago when it snowed there and it collapsed one of her little greenhouses, and she's like, I moved to Texas to get away from this weather. So I said, sorry. Didn't mean to give you 6 inches of snow. But yeah, nice wide open fields. Air's not quite as clear as it normally is. Sometimes here I'm gonna go around and get on a little higher ground. Sometimes out here the air is, we've been having some wildfires around, so sometimes you can see the southern mountain range really good, as well as the central mountains. But let's see if we can zoom in. Yeah, I think there. We got those mountains there. Sometimes they're really sharp clear. They're really pretty in the fall and in the spring when there's still a little bit of snow on the tops. I got those. And off to the south, I don't know if I can bring those into focus. There's a mountain way off to the south. That's south of American Falls. There, sorry. I'm trying to do the zoom in, zoom out. It's so hazy though, off to the west, that I haven't been able to see the big butte out there in the desert. This is something I've had a problem with all summer. It's been really bad for me and all my neighbors. We have a big problem with voles. I haven't been able to get rid of the voles. It's like nothing seems to work with them. You get rid of them in one spot and they just go to another spot. They were actually going through those little holes on the pot for this little fir tree I have, and they were burrowing up inside the fir tree. So I stuck it in a thing and filled it full of water just to keep the voles out. Plus it keeps my little fir, it's a Douglas fir, keeps it well watered. Gotta get that in the ground too. But yeah, sorry if I'm lagging. I get too far away from my house and the router can't pick me up. Usually I'm just filming, you know, I'm not worried about keeping a good signal. Oh boy. It's a beautiful day. I just wish it was a little less breezy. Yeah, the cold hurts my joints too. Alright, maybe we'll go inside. Be a little less windy in the house. Okay. Yeah. A little less windy. Hi guys. Come on. Oh. I got a little red in the face outside in the sunshine. It is about 84 degrees outside today. Yesterday, it was like in the high 70s. It was like that perfect weather. You know, you never want to come in. There was just enough breeze to cool you down, but it wasn't windy. I'm still trying. I haven't gotten any offers on it yet. I've just basically made a post on Facebook. I am going to try to get in contact with a neighbor. In fact, it's the same neighbor whose shop burned down. Unfortunately, they had been burning some wood shavings in a little wood stove and it combusted. It's like, whoops. And that's what started the fire that burned down their shop and burned their storage trailer. But he owns a small used automotive dealership. And I'm going to be trying to get in contact with him and see if he will sell my truck for me, because, or on commission, or just basically buy it outright from me, and then he can fix it up and resell it for whatever. You know, I just need to get a certain amount from that truck so I can fix my car. So yeah, there is that. Oh, I need to see if I can find my tripod. That way I don't have to keep holding this. My hand gets shaky. All right. Ah, it's out on the back porch. Let's see if we can fix this. So I'm going to try to fix this. So getting this put on the tripod. All right, I'm going to bring y'all back in and we'll set the tripod up. Okay. All right. Oh, there we go. Little more steady. I'm going to maybe shorten down. It doesn't need to be quite so tall. Now, as long as the cats don't walk under that and knock it over. Oh boy. Trying to get it. Okay. Are we even? Oh, there. Much, much better. Lily, leave that alone. There. Yeah, I noticed from some of the live streams that Petals had a little bit of cloudy weather there. You know, that hurricane was poorly timed. It could have waited another week before coming ashore. I know sometimes you need the rain, but sometimes you need good weather too, especially at your events. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, I'll have to remember if I go live outside again to take it off the Wi-Fi, so you guys don't get any lagging. Hey, hey. Yeah, I hope someday to be able to do a lot of traveling and maybe attend some of those events. You know, I've I've made some online friends, and it would be nice to be able to travel and meet the online friends in person. Yeah. Yes, I have two cats. Rosie, who's 12, and let's see, I think Lily is 5 now. Lily doesn't like to be held too much. She likes to be petted, but she doesn't like to be held too much. And Rosie likes to be up in my lap. Rosie thinks she needs to be in my lap all the time. Yeah, I found Rosie under a rose bush. It was after I'd finished my radiation treatments. About 2 weeks later, I'd gone to run errands. It was a nice day, like 70 degrees, and my little terrier was out on her tie-out. Left her outside while I went to town, and I noticed she was really interested in something in the rose bush. When I come home, she hadn't moved. It was 2 hours later, and she was still in the same spot. And now you don't want in. You generally like to be in, but my lap all the time. But I went to see what she was interested in, and there in the little rose bush was this little teeny tiny kitten. And she was very, very dirty. I don't know where she came from. We generally had a lot of ferals and strays around because my elderly next door neighbor, she liked to feed the cats. And she liked having the cats around, even though most of them you couldn't touch them and pet them. So she'd feed them and encourage strays. And I think she must have come from a litter. And somehow she got in, she had a few nicks, cuts, and scratches. And I just cleaned her up and kept her separate from the rest of the animals for about a week. And yeah, and she's just been my indoor house kitty ever since. And Lily, I found, well, it was Saturday after July 4th, about 3 or 4 days after the 4th of July, and I was at my mom's helping her do some yard cleanup. And I kept hearing this baby cat meowing, and I finally found her. And she was all dirty and had tree sap, and I think she got separated from her litter. And so I just brought her home, and I've had her ever since. I did check with the local shelter Facebook page that weekend to see if anybody had lost a kitten. And all I saw was the fact that somebody had rounded up a couple of mama cats and a whole bunch of kittens about the same age as Lily and left them at the shelter. So I think Lily probably got scared by fireworks on the 4th and got lost and separated from her litter. And then she just, missed the cat and mama roundup to the shelter. So she never got hauled off to the shelter. And she was very, very cuddly when she was little, but then when she got to be about, I'd say 6 months old, she got very independent and has decided she doesn't need to be a lap cat. She does like being petted when she wants to be petted, but otherwise, don't touch her. It's not dinner time yet, guys. Not to mention, they still have food in their bowls. So that's how I got Lily and Rosie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the April event at Petals is great. Everything will be in bloom, and April means it's not going to be too hot and not too cold. I do like springtime, especially at nurseries when everything's blooming. Oh yeah. All right, Sue. Yeah, yeah. They still have food in the bowls. There's water in the water bowls, and they're like underfoot. And I put more food in there, and it's just like, if you had cleaned out what was in there in the first place. Now, mornings, I get up in the mornings and the bowls are all cleaned out, but feed them a little bit in the morning and a little bit in the evening, but they generally don't eat a lot during the day. They seem to be hungriest during the night. So I'm not sure what I should be talking about. I need to actually do a Q&A thing, and so people can have questions, can pop in and ask questions. Oh boy. I do wish the winds hadn't picked up. I was hoping for another day like yesterday. It would have been. I've lived here for 27 years. I moved in January 1st of 97. Actually closed the end of December of 96. So 27 going on 28 years. So I've been here for a while. Yeah, I need to figure out how to schedule these things. I was just trying to figure out how to start a live today. I thought, well, best way to do it is just push buttons and see where it gets me. Yeah. Okay, come here. Ah. Yeah, pretty much. No, I've been trying to figure out how to go live. I figured out how to do it. I found the right connections under one tab um, on my laptop, and that was good, but I couldn't find the same thing on my phone's app. So I was actually uploading a video the other day, and I was looking down because I was uploading a short, and when I first tapped on the little thing button in the middle where you go to upload a short, and I happened to look down and it said videos, shorts, live, and I went and tapped on live, and then it gave me the get started page. on my app. And I went, oh, so that's how you do it. So, yeah, I've only recently figured out how to do it on the app on my phone. So, so I thought I would try it out and see how things work. I decided not to try it out this evening, even though it might be better, less windy, because there's so many pages I like to follow that I do follow that like they have their Sunday evening lives, and I like to be in on those. So I thought, well, middle of the afternoon, if anybody sees me and jumps on, that's great. If nobody sees me, yeah, I need to figure out when to schedule the next one. With my work hours, I don't often get home till after 6 p.m. And then by the time, and now with the days getting shorter, by the time I've fed the cats and had fixed and had dinner, the sun's going down outside. So it's like, and then it's figuring out who's having their lives win and scheduling mine around that. So, yeah. So I figure once I do at least one time, that'll get the nerves gone, and also doing a few lives might actually find me a few more subscribers a little faster. I know most people do like the lives on vertical, horizontal, which is really great if you're doing it from your laptop. And I'll probably do a few of those during the winter, because during the winter, there's just really not a lot outside to do, you know. During the weekdays, I leave when it's dark and go to work and come home when it's dark and it's all snowy, and I only have weekends to do stuff. Yeah, so probably the first few lives I do, even throughout the winter, are probably just going to be pop-up lives. It'll just be, well, I'm not doing anything. Nobody else is doing anything. There's nobody having a live stream. Hey, let's go live. Yeah, it does. It will definitely help with getting watch hours. And the reason a lot of people are starting on YouTube to do the vertical, especially small channels, doing the vertical live stream is because it pushes it out into the shorts feed. So anybody who's scrolling through shorts, you'll get this live, they'll just pop up in your screen, and you can either watch it and maybe be interested in the channel and decide to subscribe to that channel, or you can just scroll on by. When I've been scrolling through shorts before, I've suddenly come across live streams that are just going, and it's like, oh, okay, but I really don't think I want to watch this live stream that is basically a telemarketing video for a vacuum. I don't know, I see weird things. But yeah, I thought this would be a good way, especially doing vertical lives, to help get more subscribers, because it won't just be my subscribers who would see it. It'll be my subscribers plus anybody else scrolling through shorts. Right now, it'll show up. They said subscribers plus 25, and once I get to 1,000K, then I will be open to unlimited shorts feed. Hi, Matt. You enjoying sitting outside with Mom? What does he say, Mom? For anybody who hasn't watched all my videos, Matthew is my Down syndrome brother. He can be pretty fun to be with. I think the last video I posted very late was his birthday video. Love you, Matthew. Yeah, your front yard is probably pretty blocked from these winds that I'm having, Mom. Yep, that it certainly fits him, since Matthew means gift from God, and our family considers Matt our gift from God. It's windy there. Is it as windy as it is out in my backyard? I don't have buildings and trees. I've just got a big wide open field, so that wind can really pick up speed before it hits my house. Yeah, he definitely is a gift to our family. A reminder to always love unconditionally. You guys going to be going in the house soon, Mom? Ah, still trying to get things watered. I'll probably get the water tonight on the pumpkins and the raspberries. Yeah, Matt, tell everyone to like, subscribe, and share. Well, he can always, Mom, he can always go in the house, you know, if it's too windy for him. Yeah, people need to keep it clean. Yeah. Hey, kitten. Well, we've been sitting here for almost 30 minutes. Okay. There we go. Show everybody how pretty you are. You've got such pretty green eyes, too. Yes, you do. You have pretty green eyes. Yeah, that's why I dubbed Melinda. She's done this a lot, so she's a very, very experienced. Let's go. There you go. Sue, I added you too, since you know what you're doing as well. It's good to have at least a few people in different parts of the country on, because you can't always expect the same people are going to be on at the same time. All right. See you later, Sue. You're welcome. So what is everybody else doing this evening? This afternoon? I don't know if it's evening or afternoon wherever you are. Right now here it's about 4:33. It's Mountain Time. Trying to figure out where everyone else is on. Mom's in town, so she's on Mountain Time too. Most of the people I follow are either on Eastern or Central Time, so I've kind of learned to shift around and make do with that. Ah, so you're on Eastern Time. Yeah, you better go get the new grass watered. Oh, those biopsies. I've only had one biopsy, and that was when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I can do without having anything else biopsied. Bye, Matt. Yeah, you better. I've still got to collect trash and to bring in. I should have had that all done, and still got to do the litter boxes. Ooh, ouch. I only had one. And that one was one more than enough, you know, ice packs, and take it easy and don't lift your arm up too high. When do you get your results, Melinda? Yeah, well, I'll say a prayer for you. You're welcome. Well, I think we've been on for 37 minutes now. Wonder if we got 7 people viewing, but only a couple of people commenting. If you're viewing, give a comment. Let us know who you are. Hi, sis. This is me trying to figure out how to do live stream. Oh, okay. I'll get him another haircut when I come in. Hi, Peggy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was we started this live stream outside, but it got there had been a lull in the winds, and then the wind got super duper gusty, and I finally came in the house. I gotta get my peaches harvested. Had 2 more getting blown off the tree just from the wind gust. Oh, thank you, Peggy. Yeah, I did a quick little tour of my garden and the pumpkins, and showing people around. And then it got really super duper gusty. Well, my peach tree is doing good. The apple trees did good, though the apples were pretty buggy. My other 2 peach trees, one lost all its blossoms in our April freeze, and the other one was killed by voles. And then I lost all the blossoms off my Rainier cherry this year too, so I didn't get any cherries. But at least they're growing good. My baby fruit trees in the pots are doing very well. And I just oh, good grief. I hope they all got diarrhea from the green apples. Darn trash pandas. Yeah, I've got a Rainier cherry. Last year I got about a pound of cherries off of it, maybe 2 pounds of cherries off of it. And this year, all the blossoms froze. We had some cold temps in April and things froze. Yeah. Well, with peaches, I've got enough peaches that I figured I'm just going to clean them up, cut them up into slices, and then I'm just going to freeze them. That way, in the middle of the winter, I will still have fresh peaches, especially since my raspberries have not been producing well this year. So I'm not going to have a few quarts of frozen raspberries in the freezer, unfortunately. At least I'll have a few bags of frozen peaches in the freezer. Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice in the middle of the winter when you can't get fresh fruit to just have something you put up yourself, especially frozen, because frozen is almost as good as fresh. And while I can buy frozen fruit at the grocery store, most of that has had sugar added, which I'm going, why? I don't add sugar to my fruit. I just clean it and toss it in baggies and eat it. I use freezer bags. I buy freezer bags. If all I have is regular baggies, I will double bag. But the freezer bags are usually pretty good, especially if I can suck all the air out. They don't get freezer burn. And usually it's all eaten before spring anyway, so. But yeah, freezer bags are usually thick enough to keep things from freezer burning. It's just if you use regular baggies, they're a lot thinner and stuff is more likely to freezer burn. But yeah, Melinda, like I was saying, my Rainier cherry last year, 2 pounds of cherries. This year, I think I got 3 cherries off of it. Mostly because the most of the flowers all froze before it bloomed. I actually just go to Dollar Tree and I buy the Good Sense freezer bags. They're cheaper. Apples. Apples store really good at a very cool temperature. So if you can pick them and they're not bruised, you can usually just store them like you would in a root cellar at a very cool temp. I've actually put apples in the bottom drawer of my fridge as long as they're not have no bruises, no bug holes, or nothing else on them. I can put them in my fridge and they will last 3-4 months. They get a little wrinkled and soft, but they're still apples. Yeah, I'm thinking if we get sudden dips in temperatures next April, I might try seeing if I can make a giant bag out of frost cloth and put it over my cherry tree. I mean, I usually use a garden cloth anyways over my cherry tree when it has cherries on it, just simply so the birds don't get them. But I was thinking maybe I might try making a giant bag and bagging up my tree to keep the blossoms from freezing. Yeah, I mean, it'd be worth trying if we have those kind of cold temps again next spring. Hopefully we won't. Hopefully we'll have a good spring. Everything will bloom the way it's supposed to, when it's supposed to, and the pollinators will be out, because the bees aren't out when temperatures are too cold. They won't be out. Nothing will get pollinated. Even if you don't lose your blossoms, if there's no bees or anything out pollinating them, you're still not getting any fruit. So I'm hoping next spring will be a lot warmer than this spring was. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just buy a big sheet of frost cloth and fold it in half and staple it down the sides and just kind of put it over the branches. That's what I do when it has fruit, and then tie it up on the bottom so birds can't get up through the bottom. It lets air flow through and the fruit gets to ripen. Sunshine and airflow and fruit can ripen, and birds don't get my fruit. How did your banana tree do last winter? I forgot to ask. Because when I was down there in November, it was looking really good. Nice and healthy. I have thought of, though, freezing apples. It's just their peels don't freeze very well. I'd have to actually peel them all first and then slice them up. Though I don't know that I'm going to get a whole lot of apples this year worth saving, because I didn't spray anything this last spring for the white flies, and so they all got pretty darn buggy. I used to, but no, I limit my, I don't make applesauce anymore, since I no longer eat sugar, or try to, and my fresh fruit intake, I try to limit that too. So I'm not eating too many sugars, even natural sugars. It tends to make my joints achy. Oh, it's not dinner time yet, kitty. No, it's not. It's not dinner time. Not yet. Oh. Yeah. It's easier to avoid processed sugars and sugars added to food. But, when it comes to fruit, I try to stick with just low sugar fruit, except for like this time of year when my apples are ripe and my peaches are ripe and my mom's plums are ripe. It's like, then it's really gets hard not to just sit there and say, oh, I want to eat a lot of these. I do try to limit myself on them, though. Too many peaches in one day is not good. It's not just the achy joints, it's running to the bathroom too often. Believe me, I'm surprised they don't. I'm sure there's some supervisors and managers out there who would pay to have porta potty office chairs, simply so people don't have to get up and leave their desk. Yeah, it can be hard to avoid sugar. And then there's so many synthetic sweeteners out there that are 0 calorie, but they'll shoot your blood sugar up. And it's like you memorize all the names so you can watch out for them on the labels. And now they're starting to change the names. So it's getting harder to find. All right. See you later, Melinda. Good night. Get your phone charged. Hi, Neil. Yeah, I've been live for almost an hour. Well, for 52 minutes. I'm probably going to be wrapping it up here soon. Somebody will have to let Dean know what he missed. Maybe he'll see me next time I pop up. Oh, yeah. Caramel coloring is bad, bad, bad stuff. I'm not even sure what they make it out of, but it's definitely not out of caramel. So, Neil, how early in the morning is it where you're at? We were earlier just saying what time it was where we were. Yeah, caramel coloring is it's just chemicals. I make my own sandwich meat. Ah, so you're being a night owl tonight. Well, I'm just experimenting. I decided to see if I could figure out how to go live on my phone. I figured the other night where I could find the link to go live, and then I had to see if I could actually go live. So I started out in my garden, out in my backyard, and then eventually came inside because it was too dang windy. Yeah, watch out for those sugar-free packets. Some of the stuff in them is not good for you. You don't want anything. The things that'll send your blood sugar up, the highest is like maltodextrin and dextrose. They're really bad. And you don't want aspartame either, though I think they call it something else now. Gonna stay up all night. See how many, I know there's gonna be some more live streams this evening, so we're gonna be wrapping it up here in a few minutes. And let people get, yeah. Wonder if Dean will be going live tonight, later tonight. But yeah, I just wanted to see if I could actually go live, and then it got really super windy outside. The wind gusts came back, and it just finally had to come in the house. All right, sis. It was nice chatting with you. You'll have to let me in on what you've been doing outside. Take pictures and share them later. Oh, I forgot to turn off notification sounds on my phones. Oh well. Oh yeah. Yeah, it is. Especially since my actual little image for my channel is basically a picture of my house taken from the road. And I need to take a new one because that was before I painted my house. Now that my house has been painted, it looks a little better from the outside. Yeah, Kay is my sister. She's baby number 4. I'm baby number 1. We got 2 brothers between us. She actually sells jewelry under Dancing Tree Gifts. You have to look her up. She's very talented. She makes jewelry and sells jewelry. And raises chickens. Oh, you ought to, Neil. Go do another film. There we go. Well, you do. Your jewelry is absolutely beautiful. I think that would make a cool video, Neil. And then maybe we can have another live stream, and you can voice over everything you did. I really enjoyed that last one you did with Dean. You and Dean did. Yeah, that's one thing I have to. Yeah, I'm taking notes. In fact, I might even schedule the next one and let people know. Yeah, I am. Surprise, surprise. Hey, Dean. Neil's thinking of going and filming bits of Greenwich Village. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I'm thinking of scheduling and maybe doing a thing for Q&A so people can ask questions and give us something to talk about. Yeah. I'll probably, if I do schedule a live stream, I'll probably just, I'll post under my community tab and also remind people. Oh, yeah. that's something. Show off some of the stuff I'm making. I've been starting. Gotta get this finished, but it's gonna be a headband when it's done. Gotta restock. I sold a couple of headbands, so now I gotta make more. It gives me something to do in church. Yeah, I should do that because I know most of the channels who do have scheduled live streams, they almost always will post, you know, a day or two before, reminding people we are going to be going live on this time at this time. And yeah. These things, these can take 2.5 hours. I have to think about it. I can do scrubbies. Scrubbies take about 15 to 20 minutes to crochet. I could actually do that. Yeah, Peggy, that was a good idea. Interesting. I could actually film myself crocheting something like that and then really speed it up. And then I'd be, you know, flying hands and something just magically appearing. That would be funny. Yeah, I tried knitting once when I was about 14. I found it to be too slow. In the time it took me to knit a small winter headband like that, I could actually crochet one about 4 times faster. So I gave up on the knitting. I'll have to check that out, sis. I haven't even looked at to see. I know that I can speed up videos up 2 times and then you know, when I edit, but I didn't know I could actually video it at 5 times the speed. Under the more button. Okay. Oh, well, thanks. I haven't even experimented with things under the more button. I only look at it when I need things like for nighttime picture taking or something like that. By the way, the moon is almost full. We're gonna I was noticing last night the moon is almost full. But yeah, I'll have to check out things under the more button, see what I can do with them. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's almost full though. I was looking at it last night. I go, ooh, in another day or two, we've got a full moon. Oh yeah. Yep, full moon coming, Dean. Ah, to get your heart pumping. Yeah, Neil, get everything ready. I really enjoyed your last video. Ah, so that's how you speed up your when you're making your jewelry, those videos. Ah, That's probably not too far off. Then, of course, we got Dean, who had a nuclear stress test, and now he's glowing in the dark. Ah. Well, I'm going to have to pay off a few debts before I can get a pro version of the editing app. Right now, I just use the basic studio app on my phone. Oh, yeah. Nice when you can get up to go to the bathroom. You don't have to turn on a light. Yeah, just figuring a few little things out on what I got. Someday maybe I can afford something better and learn how to use it. Oh, well, that's good. Oh, it's good to know, sis. Oh, everybody else, Kay is my sister. She lives down in Texas, where it's warmer in the winter, generally. Well, my family is literally scattered all over. Yeah, you gotta watch out for that copyrighted music. I generally just go for whatever is on my phone. Next time I go live, I gotta remember to turn off the sounds on my phone. I wonder if I can. Let's see if I can put my phone on silent. Ah, I'm just making my phone wiggle. Okay, come on. All right. Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely not more than a few seconds. I've seen enough people to know that if they sing or hum something, they either have to do their own words or and it can't be more than just a few seconds, you know. But then they give you all this music, you know, on their shorts things and stuff, and it's just like they'll let you add that to your shorts and stuff, but ah, it was music in the store, huh? Yeah, you gotta watch that when you're out and about places, which is why I just decided when I was videoing, you know, for the fair, I had to I just took pictures instead and strung them all together because there is just so much music getting played all over the place. You know, there's no way you could find a quiet spot and drown it out. Yeah. Well, I managed to get my little toolbar to scroll down so I could put my phone on silent. Probably should do the same. I use my old phone as a tablet. That and when there, put that one on silent too. Now nothing's going to be dinging. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I actually only had one video once when I went through my videos. I need to go through my shorts because I think there is one that it was only a few seconds, but I think it does have copyrighted music on it. One of the first ones I made 2.5 years ago. It's a short, and I thought, well, that one's not going to get monetized. And there was a video I remember early on that I'd used some music off my phone. And then later on, Samsung lost the, I don't know, they get this music, they put it on your phone so you can use when you're editing and you want a background music, you can add any of these musics. But a few months later, when I went to use it again, it said free license expired. And then I noticed there was a copyright thing on my video. So I had to go in through the studio and find some music to cover it up with that was very similar. But I spent several hours going through all their music to find something similar so I could cover it up. I hear ringing in my ears all the time anyways. It's sometimes makes it hard to get to sleep at night. Oh, yeah. Yeah. For those of us who have never been or may not ever get to your part of the world, Neil, uh, some of the sights and stuff is very interesting. And you're a pretty good tour guide too. I think I went. When was it? I'm trying to think. I think it was March 2010. I went with some friends to Ireland, and it was quite interesting. But I'm not sure if I'll ever, be traveling out of the country again. But one of the things I do like is the old architecture. That it's really good. I picked one of my cucumbers. I still gotta get that video made, but I have a couple of my lemon cucumbers were ripe, and I picked them. They're sitting on the kitchen table. I need to slice them up. Yeah, some of the things that you don't normally see if you're on a tour. That's one thing I did like about my friends and I. We just basically got a rental car and we just drove all over Ireland. We spent a week driving around, stayed in hostels, stayed in hotels, stayed in B&Bs. It was actually quite fun, and we probably saw things that uh, we would have never seen on a tour because it's like, oh, look at that big old building, let's go see. Oh, you know, this is a hospital. It's like, wow, you know. So it was quite interesting, because when you're not part of a tour group, you can actually just say, you just look around and see something that looks interesting and go check it out. Check out old markets and places where you just find everyday people and not actually the tourist. Um, I'm trying to think of which one. I've got several pumpkins now that the fronds have gotten some wind damage to them. And yeah, last week we had a really big windstorm, and I noticed a couple of days later that the winds had literally tore a path right through the middle of my pumpkin patch. So now you can see more of the pumpkins. But yeah, well, I do have that one Cherokee bush that's coming out the top of the bush, and it's getting bigger. Actually, I grow the pumpkins and then I harvest them and I haul them all down to my grandkids and let them do the carving. They get carved, they get painted. I'll give my daughters, she usually will pick out a few small ones for tabletop decor, which after the season is over, she feeds them to her chickens. Yeah, it probably is hard to avoid the tourist. It's all in camera angles, so you get good camera angles, you can avoid getting too many people in the frames. Okay. Oh, you can wait a little longer. Oh, this is my Rosie, guys. You weren't here when she was on my lap earlier. She thinks she's starving to death. All 13 pounds of her. Yeah, Neil did a great job on that last video. It was quite nice. Yeah, she does. She usually lays by my legs at night. Except for when she thinks I might get up in the middle of the night, and then she'll come and sit on my head, and it's like, Rosie, go back down. Ah, that sounds like that sounds like it'd be pretty interesting. You get to see the sights that people miss because they're looking for the big thing. Yeah, she is a big kitty. She'd actually lost some weight earlier this year, and I was getting a little worried about her, but I changed up her food, got her on a limited ingredient food, healthier, and she's doing much better. And it's probably good for Lily too. Lily's not eating as much as she used to because she kind of turns her nose up at healthy food. Lily likes the Purina junk food. Oh, that would be awesome, Neil, to see the deer. Well, yeah, Purina is basically, you read the ingredient list and it's so full of all kinds of fillers. It tastes great to the animals. They love to eat it and they'll eat it and eat it and eat it and nonstop, but it's basically processed junk food for cats. And Lily loves it. And Rosie loves it, but Rosie was starting to have lost weight, and I think she was having some urinary tract problems. So I got a healthier food. And Rosie eats the healthy food, and Lily nibbles at the healthy food. Oh yeah, well I don't buy the Purina anymore. In fact, they just get this food. It's just chicken. It's pretty much mostly chicken and turkey, and a few vitamins and minerals, and it's very limited ingredient. No fillers, no corn, wheat, soy, or any of that crap in there. And yeah, I guess it just doesn't taste as good to Lily. So she eats when she's hungry. But it's also keeping her from getting overweight too. So Lily's not getting overweight. Oh yeah, Lily's the window cat. She sits in the window and she meows when I'm outside because she wants me inside where she can keep an eye on me. And when I'm inside, then she takes off and goes somewhere, and who knows where she is. Mm-hmm. Is your bowl completely empty now? Huh? My big kitty. She's the one that likes to cuddle. Yes, she likes to cuddle. Lily doesn't like cuddling. So if Lily was nearby, I'd snatch her up just so you could see her. Yes. Yeah, you need a new collar. This one's getting pretty frayed. Yeah. Well, Dean, I'll have to go and watch your video after I'm done here. Yeah, I have no idea where Lily is. If I was outside, she'd be in the window. Oh boy. There. Yeah. Yes. It's not dinner time yet. Soon. No, Neil, this was just me experimenting. I finally kind of figured out where to find the links to go live on my phone, so I decided to see if I could actually do it when I was sitting outside enjoying the gentle breezes and looking at my yard, and then it got super windy and I came inside. But yeah, I managed to go live and it was good. Melinda was even on here for a short time, but then her phone was going dead, so she logged off to go and take a nap because she's recovering from her biopsy and charge up her phone again. Oh God, I remember S&H green stamps. My mom got so much stuff when I was little. She got me before I started school. She actually got me a little desk. It had a chalkboard on one side and it had a metal sheet on the other side, and it came with these word cards and all the little letters of the alphabet, the little magnetic letters, plastic letters with magnets. And I actually learned my ABCs and how to read before I even started kindergarten playing on that desk. So by the time I started kindergarten, I was reading. I knew my letters, I knew their sounds, and I could read. She also got a little tiny piano. I don't know whatever happened to that. She'd let us play on it, but she kept it in her bedroom. And I never know what, but she would get things, save up the green stamps. I remember her using the books to get our pictures when we were little. She'd save up green stamps and then take them into photography studio so we could get our pictures done. Yep, fill up a book and then get stuff you needed. Those the green stamps were interesting. I still remember those. Oh, hi. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, this is a surprise live, a little pop-up. I just was trying to figure out how to go live and figured out how to go live and thought I'd try it out. And so, yeah, my first live. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, you needed a lot of stamps. No, but people keep stopping by, just about time we think, oh, we're wrapping up and people are leaving, then more people pop in. Ah, you still have some stamps? Some of those, oh, God. So yeah, next time I'll try scheduling a live so everybody can show up at the same time. Uh, yeah, I wonder how much those would be worth these days if somebody had an old book of green stamps. Wow. So it's a leftover from the 60s, both the desk and the green stamps in it. Yeah, that's one thing I always double check whenever I subscribe to channels to make sure I got notifications all turned on. Oh, definitely hit the like buttons. The more likes, the better. We got to appeal to the algorithm gods. Oh, wow. I wonder how much some of those items are worth. Though I just like having old things hanging around because they're old things. Rosie's trying to butter me up. You're just trying to butter me up because you want me to go and fill your food bowl again. Dean Neal probably would have taken apart the toaster just to see how it worked. Well, good night, my wild home. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I think we're probably finally getting to the end here. So, yeah. Need to make sure the chickens are all, and the ducks are all locked up for the night. Keep the predators away from them. Yeah, that Neil, that kind of reminds me of my youngest son when he was an adolescent. He actually blew up a couple of microwaves trying to microwave stuff that you shouldn't put in a microwave because he didn't know. He wanted to find out, you know, whether or not they actually would cause microwave to blow up. His stepmother was not very happy. He's always had a brain like that. He now works in computer technology. That's my youngest son, the one with the two adorable little girls that was supposed to come up last weekend, and they didn't because the 5-year-old brought something home from school that made them all sick. Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, I will definitely get it scheduled, sis. Yeah, he actually put himself through school and college courses all after he got married. He has a wood graver. He's built a couple of 3D printers, 2 or 3 3D printers. No, 1 hour and 40 minutes. Go. Yeah. I didn't think we'd be on quite this long. I did. Well, it's just like 2 or 3 people. I thought, we'll just chat a little while and that'll be it. And then everybody else started showing up. YT says 2 hours. Yeah. It's almost 2 hours. But that'll be good. That gives me 2 more watch hours. And then anybody who comes back and rewatches to see what they missed. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I've got a few people in technology in my family. I've got a brother-in-law who I think he builds computers for his company, builds and programs them. My son-in-law is a software designer, and then my youngest son, I'm not sure what he does, but it's all computer based, and his company is now starting to send him around the world. He's been to Thailand, and then he went most recently, I think, over, somewhere in Europe. Yeah. Well, we're not gonna, well, I don't know, but he does. He can build my youngest son is pretty computer savvy. I mean, he was making his own software programs when he was 13. And he actually, for a short time, he was, when he was in his late teens, he kind of got in trouble for hacking into the high school's computer. He didn't realize he was telling people about it because he did, how easy it was to figure out these things. He didn't realize he was doing anything wrong. This is what happens when you are autistic and you have Asperger's and you don't actually realize you're doing something wrong. No, you shouldn't be hacking into the high school computer. And so he wasn't allowed to be on a computer, have internet, but he figured out how to hook up his computer to the outside phone line. He ran a cord wire from his computer out to outside the house to the phone lines out there so he could get internet. When he was about 16, 17 years old. It's like, so now he works for a computer company. He's married. He's got 2 kids, and he's got a bachelor's in whatever computer science. He's built 3D printers. He has laser print engraver, Yeah, he kind of got it from me. It was, and I've always been very animal focused. That's where my interests lie. His is computer focused. No, when I was a kid, it was all playing in the sandboxes. The 60s were fun. My brothers, let's see, my brother, like I said, I'm the oldest of 12. The next one in line is one of my brothers. I had 2 brothers, and the oldest of the 2, I remember one year he got a whole set of Tonka trucks for Christmas. I'm sure Mom used green stamps to get them, but they were made out of metal. No, you don't find those things these days. We were playing in the sandbox with big old metal Tonka trucks. Yeah, crafts and nature. Me, I've always been so animal focused. In fact, as a teenager, all I ever wanted to do was raise and breed Arabian horses. And I did have a couple of horses. Had to give those up when I got married. And then I sort of needed a job and fell into dog grooming. Did that for 32 years. I enjoy working with animals. Unfortunately, I really can't do that for a living anymore, which is why now I work on a computer. Well, if you don't have the money, it's called ingenuity. Yeah. Or is it, Neil? I recently had a little picture pop up in my thing as all those red phone boxes. It's phone box graveyard. And I went, so that's what they did with those things. Because now everybody has a phone in their pocket. Nobody needs a phone box sitting on the corner. Oops. Bumped the tripod there. Ah, yeah. I bet you could probably get one, refurbish it, and just, use it for a clothes closet or something. Clean it out, give it a good paint job, and hang your clothes in it. Okay. Go take care of your chicken, sis. See you later. See you later, Peggy. Well, then they aren't going to go anywhere. Are they, Neil? Oh, boy. I am so not surprised about that. I haven't even looked at news, not even check headlines. And usually that's about all I ever do is just go online, check all the headlines, and see if there's anything worth actually reading. Well, have a good night, Peggy. She is getting very, very insistent. I get up and feed her. Come on, Rosie. You're getting your neck claws hooked in my clothes. Yeah, yeah, that's tough. But with people dropping out, yeah, I'll need to schedule the next live a little better. Maybe you know, let people know so that we'll have more people in here, a little more of a chat. Yeah, we had a nice sandbox when we were little kids, and had a lot of fun with my brother's Tonka trucks, the dump truck and the excavator and the backhoe and. Okay. Well, Neil, Dean, it's been nice. I guess we'll see each other next time Dean goes live. Or the next time I go live or somebody goes live. I don't even know how to end this darn thing. This is going to be fun. I don't know how to turn it off. I got it turned on, but now I'm not sure how to turn it off. Oh boy. End button, end button. I'm not sure. I'm on my phone. Okay, that just says share. There's mute. That's a filters. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what I just did. Hmm. Well, they're not there. Oh, I could do that. Oh, there's a little X up here in the corner. Let's see what happens. This might be the end. If so, I'll see y'all later. Oh. We're all doing good. We've been on here for about 2 hours now, getting ready to wrap it up. You're welcome to come and watch the replay later. This is the first live I've done. I was trying to figure out how to do a live and got it started, and so we've been sitting here. Yep. Earlier in this live, I was outside when I got it started, so I did a little tour of my raised beds and my pumpkin patch and stuff. Yeah. So we're just getting ready to wrap this thing up here, and I'm just trying to figure out how to turn off the live. But yeah, I've got plenty of gardening videos. So if you want to check them out, that would be awesome. Someone else to join the party. Yeah, and I finally figured out how to get it started. Now I got to figure out how to stop it with though Neil did point out I could just plain turn off my phone. That might turn it off. Or you guys just might all go dark. Yeah. So I got plenty of gardening videos. And yeah, once I've ended the live, you can go back and watch from the beginning and see the live tour of my garden. Yeah, let's see. Okay, up in the corner, there's a little X. I don't know what's going to happen when I push it, but it may actually end the live. So if so, I will see you all later.